my name is Travis from Duck Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. What we're going to do today is show you how to set a toilet. So if you were to buy a new toilet on your own, if you had a leak in your toilet, it wasn't set correctly for whatever reason, you needed to reset it, we're going to show you how you can do it on your own, how easy it can be. Today I have a very special helper, my daughter, Dylan. She's going to be helping me out today. How you doing, Dylan?
Good.
Say hello. All right, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a plumber.
All right, so Dylan's going to help me out today, and we're actually using Dylan's tools from her toolkit. So really anybody can do this. All you need is a crescent wrench, maybe a razor knife if your toilet is got caulking around it on the bottom, if it's sealed, to the floor. But really that's all you should need. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is have Dylan turn the water off to the toilet. All right. So Dylan's turned the water off. Let's go ahead and flush all the water so that we don't have any water in the toilet bowl. When you're turning the water off, this is your shut off. Turning it off is going to be turned all the way clockwise as far as you can get it. You got to be careful. This has a plastic stem. You don't want that to break. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this shop vac and we're going to vacuum all the water out of the toilet bowl. Good job, Dylan. So Dylan has now vacuumed all the water out of the toilet. Grab your crescent wrench, Dylan. And there's a nut on either side of this toilet. Dylan is going to loosen it up. All right, loosen the other side. So once you get these nuts loosened off or taken off completely, we can then remove the toilet. Let's go ahead and disconnect the water line, Dylan. And that just unscrews with your hand. You don't need a tool or anything for that. Some water may come out. And then when you're unscrewing the actual toilet, it screws in right here. You just screw it off by hand. It's just got a plastic fitting on here with some wings on it that you can get good grip on. Now we're ready to pull the toilet off. All right, so now we're ready to pull the toilet off. I put some of this plastic wrap on the floor. So when I pull the toilet off, there's going to be some remnants, so that way we don't get it on the floor and have to worry about cleaning it up. Now we're ready to pull the toilet off. All right. Have the old toilet off. As you can see over here that when they painted the bathroom, that they didn't move the toilet to paint it. They just painted around it. And there's the old wax ring, pretty much intact still. And what we'll do is we'll take a look down there with a flashlight. We're just going to take a peek over here. So we'll look down in there. The piping looks good, everything looks good over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the old wax ring. We'll put a new wax ring on there and some new bolts, and we'll reinstall the toilet. All right, so what we're doing now is we're going to scrape off this old wax ring and just go ahead and throw that away. And then there's old bolts there. You can go ahead and throw those bolts away too, because the kit we bought has a new wax ring and new bolts. So throw the bolts away, the nuts, and the washers, please. All right, good job. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the new wax ring and the new bolts. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on this new wax ring, bolts with it. You can buy just the wax ring if you want. I prefer buying the full kit. That way you can replace the bolts if you need. They're just going to get worse. So it's better just to replace those. We're going to go ahead and peel this off. This plastic will peel off pretty easily. And then we're left with the wax ring and this little black funnel. And then we're going to put the bolts back on. I like to put this on first. You'll slide the nut in, and you'll push this all the way down. This helps hold this bolt where it's supposed to be. You want it on the 3 and the 9. You're going to put it in. You're going to turn it so that way the metal pieces face out. And again, you put it at this one we're going to put at the 3 o'clock. And then the next one, we're going to put it at the 9. We are all set. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna put the toilet back on, and then we'll go ahead and bolt it down. We'll cut the bolts to make them a little bit shorter, so that way those plastic caps will fit on there. We'll connect the water line and flush it and test it, and then we'll be done. All right, so we're getting ready to set that toilet back on after we put the wax ring and the bolts on.
Daddy, 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 daddy.
We got the washers and the nuts put on the bolts. We tightened them down nice and snug. We went ahead and cut the bolts down so we can put those metal caps back on. This is the saw I used. It's a little handheld hacksaw. You can get something like that up at Home Depot or Lowe's. We got those washers and the nuts on with the bolt cut down. I'll go ahead and clean up those metal shavings on there. See both sides. We got the water line reconnected. We got no leaks down there. We went ahead and flushed the toilet. We got no leaks nowhere. Everything's running just fine. So that's how you set a toilet. Pretty simple. How do you feel, Bill? Pretty easy?
Yeah.
Do you think anybody can do it?
Yeah.
Cool. And who do you call if you need any plumbing, heating, or cooling?
Duck Brothers.
Heck yeah, call Duck Brothers. 719-799-3828.